Hello, all. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is a pretty special episode. Not only because we have a guest, as you read in the title. This is the 10th episode of the show. We're in double digits now, Roz. We made it.
We did, mate.
We made it. So, like I just said, we got a guest for this episode. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm V. I'm a gymnast on a gymnastics team, D2 by the way. I have a full scholarship. I don't really have anything special about me, so I'm kind of just here to say hi.
Well, what about what about the paintings you do?
Oh yeah, I paint a bit. I'm a bit of an artist. I do a little bit of digital stuff, so I guess that's kind of cool. I just recently opened up commissions, so hit me up for that.
Oh, you do. I actually didn't know you did commissions now.
I didn't originally,
I
but
know
just
you
recently
didn't.
people really started liking my paintings, so I was like, why not?
Why not do commissions? Yeah, that's smart.
Why not?
You should definitely check out her paintings because they're really cool. I'm trying to get the logo painted. We'll see. Um,
It's gonna work. Don't worry. We'll
it's
see.
gonna work.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
work.
it's fairly simple compared to, I'm sure, other things.
Oh yeah, seriously. That
Yeah.
freaking princess painting I did. I've never painted a princess in my life, nor did I know the princesses, so I kind of just winged that one, and it actually
What,
went really
what
well.
princess was it?
Just a ton of different princesses. If you look it up on my
Oh,
Twitter, I just recently made it, so
Like
I'd have to
Disney
look.
princess.
I I think 8 princesses around the painting, and in the center was like scripture font of the person's name I did it for.
That's gotta
So
be so difficult.
that thing took me a week to do.
I mean, I've always been interested in art and stuff like that, but I'm just awful. So I
Hey, a year ago today, I was not this good. It
I know it
really
takes
just takes a year of
practice.
practice.
Yeah, it takes practice. Um, you are also you're pretty known in the community for being close with Nuda.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, definitely known for that.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to like make this about Nuda, of
Yeah, no,
course.
it's fine.
Shout out, people give the Bozos a lot of hate, but they did get Nuda. Did a
They're
lot.
doing really well right now.
Yeah,
I see a lot of big things happening for them.
good for them. I don't know if any of them follow me or anything, but they got Nuda to go on their show, so.
We're in the Merc currently.
Did I don't know. I know Harry used to follow me. I think he got suspended though.
Yeah. He got suspended quite a bit.
Yeah, that happens. You gotta join a big org because the mob is. I think every single person in the mob's been suspended at least once.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Frosty way more than once.
Yeah, Frosty's gotten suspended several times.
Yeah, Frosty's gone through a couple accounts, but now that they're in 100 Thieves, they can just they got the connections to not ever get suspended again.
Right.
But
That's pure luck right there. Shit.
yeah, not really. They did earn it.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, so one thing that about you, other than like you do painting in school, and a lot of work for Nuda, um, you play a lot of COD.
I play a lot of COD.
Um, same here. Never been pro level, but I'm okay enough that we could do this next segment where we rank our Call of Duties.
Right.
Um, so I've played every single COD, every
Same.
multiplayer, every anyway. I think I
Right.
have played some of the original ones that were just story, but I don't really remember them. I think the first COD I remember playing was Call of Duty 3, which did have a multiplayer, but nobody did that.
Right.
So, from Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, to Black Ops 3, we're gonna do some rankings.
You mean Black Ops 4?
Yes, yeah, Black Ops 4. I tend to forget Black Ops 4 exists.
I hope. I just wished it didn't exist because it was that terrible.
It's not that it's it's mid. It's not the worst.
Uh,
I would say it is a very forgettable game, which
right.
is not what the franchise needed. It's probably going to be remembered for the death of how COD professionally was, because it was the last COD that wasn't franchised.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not much to remember it for. So V, we'll start with you. Why don't you rank your CODs? We'll go top to bottom.
Like top 5 or just like all of them?
We'll go all.
All right. So I guess my first would probably be Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 1.
Yes, the very first.
Ooh.
I honestly love that game.
Yeah, it's not a bad game.
It's not terrible, but I don't know. It just tops Black Ops for me, and Black Ops would probably be my second.
Black Ops 1.
hmm
Alright.
And then we'll do probably Modern Warfare 2 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Black Ops 2 for 4. And because I started off on this one because I wasn't old enough to play the other ones, World at War has to be my 5th. I love the game, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
I know people. I don't know. Some people are like World at War is one of the top 3 CODs of all time. Most people think it's like in the middle towards the bottom. I'm more in the middle with it.
Yeah.
I didn't really play it when it came out.
I loved it when it came out. That's like all I played.
Yeah, it's
So
it's just like World War II Modern Warfare, really.
yeah, that's true. 6, I think, Ron. I think Call of Duty 2, maybe. I don't know. I think Call of Duty 2 would kind of come in 6. I didn't play it as much, so
Call of Duty 2. This is going a little before we started.
yeah. That was a bit before I started playing, but my brother still had all that stuff. And it was out on an Xbox 360 at the time, so I played a little bit of it. Maybe Advanced Warfare would be number 7 for me. I
Yeah,
wasn't a big fan of it, but I did love the campaign, so
campaign was okay.
and then number 8, I mean, World War II was not great.
No,
but
it
it wasn't
wasn't.
terrible either. I think the most disappointing part of it for me, because I heavy duty play all the campaigns, the campaign really shut it down for me. They messed
Yeah,
up a lot of the history, and oh god, they fucked up the Nazi zombies. They fucked it up so bad.
that's 2 things. This one, most people are like they don't care about the campaign and CODs. I've played every single campaign that's in a COD and
Yeah.
beaten it, so I always play them.
That was a huge thing for
That
me.
was terrible. The World War II one was just
God, it was a
my
shot down.
God, it was bad.
The multiplayer wasn't terrible. It was just
Multiplayer-
the campaign and the zombies that turned me off.
The multiplayer was boring, honestly.
That too.
It was just really.
It was very boring.
It was boring to look at because everything was just the colors were really dark and I don't
Yeah.
know, it was just boring. And zombies, I don't think any game outside of the Black Ops series has had a zombie game or a zombie mode that was good.
They tried to make it scary.
They
They
tried.
really tried.
Remember 8W zombies?
Oh god.
Oh, that was not fun.
No. I'd say number 9 for me had to be Infinite Warfare. Still the worst COD in my eyes.
Yeah,
God.
that's the bottom is Infinite Warfare.
The only thing I kind of liked about it would be like, nah, I can't even say I liked it.
No,
It was just bad.
it was a very bad game.
I only played it because of the competitive scene, and that's it.
Yeah. So
God.
so that's your list.
Yeah. That's
All right.
about.
Roz, you could go next.
All right, well, I guess I can preface this by saying I probably played the least amount of COD.
Yeah,
by
Roz-
a million miles between the three of us.
Roz kind of got a little help for
Well, no,
some
I have,
CODs.
I have two separate lists. It's the one that I've played, and then the ones that have been released since the one that I've played, made by my roommate. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I played 5 Call of Duty in my life, and this is how I would rank. 1 will be Modern Warfare 2. I think
Really?
I think
Everyone, oh
I
man.
think nostalgia plays a huge role.
It does. It does. I'll get to Modern Warfare 2 when I do my list.
I can recognize that nostalgia probably plays a really big role in that statement.
Yeah,
But I like
seriously.
it's just like the memories that I have attached to that game, and also it was probably the first one that I started playing, like playing.
You were like,
Right.
how old were you when it came out? Like 8, 9? Because I
Yeah,
couldn't have
probably
been.
like 9.
I couldn't have
was
been
9.
older than 9.
Because it was probably 2000 and
I think it was in 2009.
It was
9?
2009.
Yeah, 2009. So I was no older than 9, 10 years old.
yeah, so that's the one I actually started to like play like with my friends or with my my cousins or whatever, so stuff like that. So I just have a lot of stuff attached to that game. So nostalgia definitely
Yeah.
plays a big role. But I mean, I think gameplay wise it was also really good.
I've always said about Modern Warfare 2, if it got brought back today, people would hate it. Absolutely
Honestly, yeah.
hate it. People would despise it if it came out today
Why
But-
specifically?
because it's just so ridiculous. There's no balancing. Everything's overpowered.
I think the fucking noob tubes though, like
Yeah,
that
the
would seriously turn everyone off.
one man army noob tubes are
Like when Modern Warfare Remastered came out, everyone fucking hated it because of the noob
yeah, it
tubes.
was hated it, and the
Tried to nerf it,
M16
and then it was just even worse.
and the M16 was just a wood chipper.
Oh god.
It was just a mess. That's why people didn't. Yeah, that's exactly why people didn't like Modern Warfare Remastered, because it was just a nightmare. Everything they started remembering everything they didn't like about it.
I mean,
So
personally, I liked it, but other
The
than noob tubes, it was a
remaster,
constant
though?
reminder of how bad it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
remastered. Not honestly, I still play that. I still
uh,
care about my ranks on that game.
I gave up on it.
I'm on like 5,000
They
now,
only-
4,000.
I was personally kind of mad about the fact that they even remastered it, because they remastered it solely because they knew, look, Infinite Warfare people are going to be furious that we even made this game, so we got to package it with a nostalgic COD so people actually buy it,
That's true.
which is
Infinite Warfare as bad as everyone said it was.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was,
It
yeah,
really was.
it was that bad. Yep, the story was kind of good though.
Yeah,
So-
the story
so-
was alright.
So, clocking in at 2 would be Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1. Y'all disrespecting the best COD of all time, man. Both of you.
I feel like this. I'm gonna keep saying it. I feel like nostalgia plays a role, but I feel like nostalgia plays a role.
They play a role in
Yeah,
all
right.
of them, because all these
Right.
games are. Black Ops 1 was 2011, so all these, MW2 is a decade old now, and Black Ops 1 is 8. So nostalgia is going to play a role in pretty much all of these.
But
True.
yeah, I have a lot of memories attached to just like staying up late nights, just like playing Black
Oh,
Ops
yeah.
1.
Definitely.
That might be the one I put the most time into. I can definitely see that being the case. I can't remember everything correctly because again, it was so long ago. But I
Right.
probably put the most time into Black Ops 1. So it was actually a really hard choice between Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2. But
Mhm.
I think nostalgia put Modern Warfare 2 over the top.
Right.
And then right beneath Black Ops 1 is probably what you were referencing earlier, Bryce, the greatest COD of all time, which is BO2.
It is.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if I disrespected you by having this at 3.
V didn't even have it in the top 3, so
I didn't have it in top 3.
That is
that's ridiculous.
that's
but-
an interesting take. BO2 is like it was so it's gameplay. Well, okay, gameplay wise, it's the best in my opinion, of the ones I have here, because I'm pretty sure it was the one that was released the latest to today, like the soonest to today.
Out of all the
Right.
CODs
the
you
ones that I've played.
played, yeah, it
So,
was 2012.
I guess gameplay is naturally gonna be the best in that scenario.
Oh wait, never. I said Black Ops 1 was 2010. It was, or 2011. It was
2012.
It was no, it was 2010. Black Ops 2 was
Really?
2012. Yeah, that was my
Oh,
bad.
right.
11 was MW3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, Black Ops 2. Bryce, I can definitely see the argument for having it as the GOAT.
It
Yeah.
is. I know my man. I know he don't listen, so he'll probably never hear this. I know my man Avalanche would have my back here.
So 4 is Modern Warfare 3.
Underrated game, I think.
I think
Yeah.
so too. But
I don't think people give
it's
it a
just-
lot of love.
But it's not as good as like.
It was rushed. That's for
It was
sure.
very rushed.
Yeah.
And I think we can all agree it's not as good as the ones I've listed.
No, it isn't. It's
So-
not.
But
But
still fun.
it was a fun game.
Still fun. And then at 5, it's Modern Warfare 1, which is not the first, but I think it's the second COD game I ever played. So now we're getting into territory of like I barely remember any of this stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
that game's like 12
So
years
far in the
old.
back of my head. Like the
One.
Modern Warfare and 6 I put World at War. But those are the latest games, like the farthest back games I can remember. So I
Yeah.
don't remember a lot of stuff about them. But,
Understandable.
So they naturally go towards the bottom of the list. But V, you had like Modern Warfare
That
relatively
One.
high
was
on your
one for
list.
me.
This is
Yeah.
number one.
So I guess it deserves to be a little bit higher, but I just don't have the recollection to
Yeah.
do any of that stuff.
It's a big
And
thing.
then, so I got a little. This is not my list, but this is the help I got for games that have been released since then. The rankings go: Black Ops 3 at the top. I don't know. Like, is Black
You
Ops
just
3?
read it. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
I
the best.
liked it.
It was the best jetpack game in my opinion.
That's true.
All right, followed by Ghost, then Black Ops 4, then
Ugh.
Infinite Warfare.
Ghosts
then
I did not
World War
like.
II.
I don't know. That's not a bad list. I know who made it, so shout out to the guy who made it. Not a bad list. I think Infinite Warfare being above any of them is a little.
Yeah.
Well, it's only above one.
Yeah, that's too many. So my list. So now we're getting into the correct list here. So Black Ops 2, I would say by a very wide margin, is the best of all time. I think in terms of gameplay, I don't think there's been a COD like it since. It's just everything in that game was good. Like you said, V, the campaign is important, and BO2's campaign, the campaign was pretty good in Black Ops 2. It wasn't Black Ops 1's campaign, but it was pretty good. I don't know, V, if you ever played Black Ops 3 campaign.
I have.
It felt like a fever dream.
It really did.
It didn't feel like it was real.
Yeah.
I
mean, I just can't remember Black Ops 2 campaign. I think that's why I put it lower on the
Black
list.
Ops 2. Black Ops 2's campaign was it was Raul Menendez,
Oh shit! Yeah.
and they had the guy from The Walking Dead had a role in it. What's his name? It was Daryl's brother.
Oh,
had a-
Merle. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a voice role in it. He wasn't the main character.
I think that's why I put it lower. The campaign just didn't stick.
It was good. I get why it wouldn't stick. It was pretty good. The zombies in that game have produced some of the most classic maps of all time.
Oh yeah.
Like Mob of the Dead,
Not
Bear-
really good.
Buried. I mean, Origins. I mean, that's just the zombies might be my favorite. One of my favorites, definitely. And the multiplayer is, in my opinion, the best multiplayer a COD's ever
The
had.
best score streaks at all.
Yep, definitely. So BO2 for me, definitely number one. I don't see it being knocked off anytime soon. Number 2 is actually, for me, its predecessor, Black Ops 1.
Really?
Yes.
That's my number 2 as well.
It's really good. Black
Yeah,
Ops 1
it
was
is.
really good, man. Story was great. It, honestly, Black Ops 1's story, just if you look at just the story mode we got in Black Ops 1, it kind of rivaled the Modern Warfare stories we got at the time.
Yeah.
It just didn't end good. Or well, I should say. But Black Ops 1, same kind of premise, had a really good multiplayer, really fun to play. Had a really good story and pretty good zombies.
The
Probably-
zombies was phenomenal in it.
Definitely the best free map of all time, Kino der Toten.
Oh yeah.
That's a great shout. I totally.
Yeah. Kino der
See-
Toten A1.
Those are things that totally like slip me because it's just been so long.
Yeah, Kino der Toten is such a nostalgic map. Because I remember just being like 11, like an 11-year-old kid, or 10-year-old actually at the time, and just like playing that and like getting kind of scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that we all were scared.
we all kind of got a
Oh,
little
yeah.
scared at Kino der
Yeah.
Toten.
God.
So now, number 3 for me would be Modern Warfare 2. Put it there. Like I said a little earlier, if this game was remade today, people would hate it.
Yeah.
People would despise this game today if it was remade. I know people do want it. I know people, were all the rumors about it, coming back as a remaster. I don't think it ever came to pass, but there were.
I want it, but I don't.
It's gonna ruin how we feel about the game because that's kind of
Yeah.
that's how it was with Modern Warfare. Because Modern Warfare was super nostalgic, and then they remade it, and everyone hated it because
Yeah.
it wasn't good.
So are you saying if they remastered it and then released it, then people wouldn't like it, or just if, like, is that what the argument is? Because I
No.
remember, like, a year or so ago, maybe it was like 2 years ago, they finally made it like backwards compatible for the Xbox.
No, my argument is, if it gets remade exactly how the game was at the time, people are gonna, one, not like the remake and think about the actual game in a different light, and two, not like the original game as much anymore. I think that would happen if it got remade.
I mean, when people played Modern Warfare Remastered, did they enjoy it as much as the original Modern Warfare?
No.
No,
Exactly.
no.
No.
There's just like certain elements of the original of something that
I think a remaster, if you're going to remaster a game and do it right, you have to remaster it with the thought in mind that times have changed.
Yeah.
A lot has changed in how CODs are built and how CODs are made since 2009 when MW2 came out. And you'd have to make a lot of decisions like, do we want to keep in the one-man army unlimited noob tube thing and keep them as powerful as they were, or do we want to kind of bend the knee to people who are complaining about it and fix it?
Right.
And it gives you there's a lot of things you have to consider when doing that, because you can't really win in a situation when you want to remaster a game.
Right.
Because if you remaster it and nerf things and change things, people would be like, that's not how the game was. But then you're going to have the other side, if you don't fix it, like, bro, this is unplayable. So you're always going to have... No, you're going to have a 50-50 split. So
Right.
it's just hard.
There's
Number
always going to be a split on those things.
Yeah. So number 4 for me, I would say, man, it's tough. Number 4, I'd have to slide in MW3 there. It was rushed, and honestly, if they got the time they needed with this game, it might have been a top 3 game of all time. Because despite it being rushed, it was fun.
Yeah.
Like playing the 2v2 clan stuff with your friends, that was fun. I remember like the teams with like the COD Elite. Remember the COD Elite? That is taking it way back. But like making clans and stuff with COD Elite was just super like this is fun. And doing 2v2s and 3v3s and 1v1s on those maps was just awesome.
God. Yeah, seriously.
That was just so
I don't know
fun.
why that was in my top 5.
Number 5, I would say I'd put the original Modern Warfare at 5. Just for the nostalgia of it and how simple the game really was.
Right.
Number 6, World at War. I just like Modern Warfare. I liked a little more than World at War.
Yeah.
I think World at War. People get really upset. Some people get really upset if you don't put World at War super high, but it just wasn't like that for me.
Yeah, no.
Zombies is good
not
though.
Top 5.
No, Zombies is good though. Number where are we at? We're at 7. 7, I'd put BO3. I'd put Notice I didn't put any of the Jetpack games over the original Boots on the Ground ones because they're not better than the original ones.
They're not.
No. But BO3 I'd say is my favorite Jetpack game. I think I mentioned that a little earlier.
Right.
A little better than AW, certainly better than Infinite Warfare. So that was 7. 8, I'd put Ghost 1 under BO3. I don't know, I feel bad doing that because I am in kind of the camp that Ghost kind of gets a little underrated.
I
think
I'd
so.
put that last for me.
Ghosts?
Yeah.
It's because sniping was so bad, and I know you...
But even under Infinite Warfare?
No. Or for V, maybe, not me.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
No, I would never... I'm not putting any... Infinite Warfare is dead last. Then I'd put... Am I missing any? Because after Ghost would be World War II.
Black Ops 4.
Call of Duty 3.
I'm not missing... No, Call of Duty 3. We're not... I wasn't going to bring up, like, COD 2 and COD 3.
Yeah, fair enough.
Did you put Black Ops 4 in there?
Oh, I haven't yet. I'll put Black Ops 4 above World War II. I think it's a little better. So,
yeah.
So Ghost, and then Black Ops 4, then World War II, and then Infinite Warfare is dead last. That might be one of the worst games I've ever played. Like, in general. Like not even like in terms of CODs, just in general, one of the worst games I have ever played. It's so bad. I don't know.
Why was it so bad?
It was just, I know you didn't play it and you didn't miss much, trust me.
Apparently not.
One thing I hated about it when I played was sometimes I'd be shooting and I'd hit the fucking emote button.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was the worst.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You'd just be aiming down your sight, trying to get a kill, and you hit the emote button, and you get world starred because the controls are bad.
Oh my god.
Not even because not even anything else, just strictly because the controls are bad, so you get world starred.
Yeah.
The game itself was just, oh my god, like no one wanted a Jetpack COD at that point either. Because, like, everyone after BO3 was like, okay, BO3 was okay. It wasn't bad, but we'd really like to be back on Boots on the Ground. And they shoved this in our face. This futuristic, like, space game that just wasn't COD. Like, BO3 was COD. At the end of the day, you could, like, there was elements about it. It was still COD.
Yeah.
Infinite Warfare, I don't know what that was.
That was like a complete different. That was a
This-
whole step away.
That
from
was a
COD.
different franchise.
Yeah.
It felt closer to Halo. Some
I couldn't even
aspects.
call it Call of Duty at that point.
Some of the, I guess the guns were still COD-ish, but it just didn't feel
No.
like a COD.
Even the guns
snipers,
were too futuristic. They were shooting lasers.
There were some laser guns, I remember. There was a submachine gun, right? That shot lasers.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm remembering that right. I
think
kind of
I remember the name too.
I think I repressed a lot of those memories of that game. It was just dreadful.
I guess that's rightfully so.
It's
Yeah.
dreadful. World War II. I've never heard of anyone like being like, "No, what do you mean World War II is good?" It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't good though.
I liked some of the weapons, but not
There were
all
some
of them.
good weapons. They had some good game modes too. They had War, which was pretty fun with
Yeah.
friends. But the game was just boring. It got kind of like really, because that's when Fortnite was really like kicking off.
Oh
That's
god,
true.
yeah.
Like 2020.
Everyone was playing Fortnite.
God.
And times have definitely changed since then, because most people hate Fortnite now. But
Yeah.
yeah, at that time, Fortnite was like absolutely massive. It still is, but like this is when it was like just starting.
Right.
The glory days, if you will.
Yeah, I loved Fortnite back then. Actually, I used to play with my friends all the time. I haven't played.
It all the time, man.
I haven't played Fortnite in like, I don't think I've even played it this calendar year.
Me neither.
I gave up on it like last summer. It just
I
got
haven't
really
played
boring.
Since like summer of 2018. It was like season 5 or season 6 or something like that.
Yeah, it got boring.
Yeah.
I
What's
just want to tell you, Bryce, anytime anyone ever uses the term calendar year, I just think of D-Mix immediately.
Yo, because of the video.
Because of
And
the
it's-
video. So shout out to D-Mix.
I moved different this calendar year. Shout out D-Mix. I love D-Mix. We'll get him back on soon. I didn't want to bring on a return guest within the first 10 episodes. Yeah. So we'll get Heighten, D-Mix, probably even V2. You'll see again
Oh,
eventually.
man.
Ian, yeah. Sorry, Ian.
Ian's always available.
He is. He's editing this right now. Hi, Ian. How are you?
I feel like we can't go an episode without mentioning like, oh, Ian's editing this, so hi.
We always reference him.
Yeah, it's almost like a tradition at this point.
It kind of is, yeah. Or we just like bring up something about something he'd know. Like last episode, I brought up the helmet catch just to
Yeah.
make him upset, and then I just did it again. So have fun editing this. I think I've hit all my CODs though. I don't think I'm missing any. I went from the Modern Warfare to BO4. BO4, I do want to comment because it is kind of the current COD as this is coming out. But it's just kind of boring, honestly.
Yeah. 100%.
This is definitely the worst game Treyarch ever made for CODs, which is sad. Although there has been rumors about them going back to the Cold War era, which, yeah, I do
That
that.
would be interesting.
I'd love that, honestly. If they
It's
did
a
it
fucking
right, it
change.
would,
I'd be down for it.
it's a change back to what they used to do. They're just
Yeah.
reverting. So I think we've wrapped up kind of the CODs. So we had one more thing we wanted to do. More of a fun segment because we didn't really find any news. The only news is like still the hurricane, which I mean that's kind of dying now. So I hope everyone that had to deal with the hurricane is safe and you're all good. But this segment, because we didn't do Would You Rathers last week because we didn't want to spoil the ending of that show with a Would You Rather. We wanted to end it on that note.
Yeah,
That
which
was
is rightfully deserved.
yeah, which was probably the best thing. So we're actually gonna do a whole segment of 10 Would You Rather's. Not that kind of overcompensates for what we missed, but we needed a segment. So the first Would You Rather is one. I don't know if the person I argued this with is gonna listen to this, but I argued this with him, like, straight up screaming match at, like, 1:30 in the morning a little while ago, like 2 weeks ago. Would you rather sleep outside with no camping gear? You're just in your clothes. You'd like sleep under a tree. That's like the best option, or a bad motel. So what would you guys rather do?
I've had to deal with both. I choose the tree.
Oh my, Roz, what would you pick?
Give me my options again.
Bad motel or us outside in your clothes, like under
Yeah,
a tree?
we talked about this, haven't we?
No, I haven't brought this up. Maybe I did
go the bad motel.
Yes, thank
So I
you.
could have a
This is
roof
why,
over
bro.
my
This
head.
is why I fuck with Roz. V, you are absolutely out of your goddamn mind. If you
Okay,
think
convince me otherwise.
I am going to, do you know how bad sleeping outside could go for you?
I mean, I've done it on multiple occasions, and it honestly has to this day not bothered me. It
Okay.
hasn't done anything to like
In
my
like,
muscles,
you-
like being tight and shit.
I know. Well, that's not even what I was thinking. But like, you just slept outside and you're just like no camping gear, just like in your clothes.
I have done that before.
What?
You want to know why? We went camping and they ran out of space in the tents.
See, but that wasn't a
And I'm not about to
choice.
sleep on someone else.
Well, obviously not.
So
See, that wasn't a choice though. That kind of was like, well, I kind of just drew the short end of the stick.
okay, since
you-
you think that isn't a choice,
That
another
wasn't.
occasion I purposely slept on a tree.
You slept on a tree.
Straight up, like tied myself to a tree, Katniss shit, like Katniss style, and
You
it worked
tied
out for me.
yourself to a tree?
Yeah, and it
Katniss
straight up
style.
worked out.
What do you mean it worked? Well, I obviously it worked out. You're still breathing.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
also
like
didn't fall off. I didn't break any limbs. Like I straight up slept on the tree. It was fine.
what were your other options? Like
No
what?
other options. I just wanted to do it, so I did it.
You were not the right person to ask this question. But Roz and I are in agreement that I am not sleeping out fucking side if I have the choice. That is just ridiculous. That is
I
so
don't know.
absurd to me.
I think it's kind of fun.
Just outside. Okay, camping is fine. That's whatever. Like in a tent, sure. But like just like outside and like we're talking like you could end up like on a street, like under
Yeah.
a tree, or like it could rain. And obviously, you can't do it at all in the winter because
Well,
you'll die.
obviously the rain would be a problem, and the winter
Yeah.
would definitely be an issue. But
No, the winter you die. You literally couldn't do it.
during the summer, I tend to spend a lot of time outside. I really love the outdoors, especially during the summer.
I mean, yeah, that's reasonable, but just like straight up like sleeping outside on purpose is just not what I'm about to do. That's just not for me.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. I mean,
I can't believe there's people that would actually do that. I'm so upset. I'm actually mad. But majority does win 2-1. We sleeping in the bad motel. Question 2. Would you rather have the head of a fly or legs of a frog?
legs of a frog.
Legs of a frog?
Or if I have the head of a fly, do I retain the brain of a human being?
I have no idea.
Because
I mean,
You'd have to
it
find
says, like,
out.
the head of a
they,
fly,
like, see
so
and perceive everything super fast. Like they're really intelligent to an extent, creatures.
I don't know. Head of a fly, like if I picked head of a fly, I feel like I'd look like a comic book villain. Legs of a frog, I don't know. I don't
I
feel
only
like
like legs of a frog because you can jump super fucking high.
you'll have super agility.
But I also don't
Yeah.
wanna. I don't want to give up like my limbs because I'm tall.
Yeah. So you'd go head of a fly.
I'd go head of a fly.
I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one.
I mean,
Because head of a
think of it this
fly,
way. If you say head of a fly, it means like the entire head. Like you're not keeping
Yeah,
the
I
human
know,
brain. You're
I know.
keeping the head of a fly, so
That's
you don't
why-
have the intelligence.
that's the only reason why I wouldn't pick it outright. But legs of a
Right.
frog is just like, God, that's so weird. That'd be so weird to look at on a
Yeah,
human being.
but it's also really weird to look at a fly head, especially
Yeah,
if you're like human sized. Like a human sized
You
fly
know-
head is really fucking scary.
that would be terrifying. Yeah.
That would be
I
terrifying.
don't think would I be able to talk with the head of a fly?
Probably not.
I guess
I mean,
not, because
flies
flies
can talk,
can't.
right?
Yeah, flies can't talk. So I don't know. I guess I go legs of a frog. I could probably be sold either way, but I go legs of a frog for now. The third question. This is one's kind of like a classic one. Would you rather lose your hearing or sight?
Oh.
I can't do either, dog. I
No,
can't
you have
do
to
either.
pick
I'd
one.
rather
No,
lose
No.
my.
no, have to pick one.
No, I can't.
You can. You're gonna
If I
have
don't,
to.
Okay.
No, if I don't pick, if I pick losing sight, that means I can't enjoy watching sports or movies anymore. If
For
I
me, it's
pick
easy.
Losing hearing, I can't enjoy music.
I'm losing.
I
Huge.
would
Yeah.
personally lose my sight.
I would lose
As much as
hearing.
I love nature and looking at things around me, I treasure my hearing more than anything because I love hearing the sound of laughter and just hearing people happy.
Uh,
That meant more to me than anything else in the world. Like,
I
I
would-
just love seeing people happy.
I would go hearing. I'd rather lose my hearing than my sight.
Right.
I just think I couldn't live without my sight. I don't know how blind people do it, man. It's hard to think about losing either. Like, what the hell would you do without either? Because, like,
I mean, Ewok doesn't have her hearing, and she's doing great.
that's true. See, I feel like without your hearing, you could still do things,
Right.
you know? But without sight, it's like it's really impeding to do
Right.
anything without your sight. Here, I'd rather lose my hearing. So, Roz, you're gonna have to be the decider on this one.
No, I can't.
You
dog.
can. No, you're gonna. We're not moving on until you do. You have to pick one.
It'd have to be hearing.
You have to lose
Oh,
hearing.
fuck.
You can't lose what you just can't lose your sight, dude.
I guess it just depends.
But
So
that makes me give up like. Music
it's
and
a lot.
listening to people.
yeah, it's a lot. I know.
Like,
It is. It's a tough one. So what's the one so far? The Bad Motel is one. Legs of a Frog is one, and losing hearing has been the majorities. So this next one, so for any event, like just anything, like any planned event, like you're gonna hang out with your friends, go on a date, whatever, would you rather always be an hour early or 30 minutes late?
Hour early.
an hour early.
Definitely.
My old football coach used to tell me it's better to be 20 minutes early than 20 seconds late. So I
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know about 20 seconds late. I think I could live
I'm
with
early to
that.
everything.
well,
right
well,
now.
you know, it's youth football. They wanted to teach
Yeah.
discipline, but like that has always resonated with me, even all these years.
Has it, Roz? Has it resonated with you, Roz?
Yeah, when I go places, it's like, yeah, I'd rather be 20 seconds early, 20 minutes early.
And
than
20 seconds late.
late.
I'm in agreement. I'd rather be an hour early to everything. Though, it could get a little weird, but, I mean, the other option is 30 minutes late. And that, I can't stand being late to anything, like whether it's class or, you know, hanging out with someone. Just, no, I can't do it. That's really annoying to me. So, I think we're all in agreement with an hour early.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, number 5. So, would you rather have your dream job or dream significant other?
Dream job.
Dream
I can live
significant
without a
other.
man.
Okay. Roz, you go first, V. Explain your side, because Roz had the other option.
Oh god. I don't know. I just want to do something that makes me happy rather than rely on someone else to make me happy. And it's always been that way. I've only dated one guy in my life, so obviously I can just live without a guy.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't stick with me. So I just rather do something I love rather than be with someone I love.
All right, Roz. What about you?
All right. Well, for a long time in my life, my dream occupation was playing wide receiver for the Redskins. It's no longer my dream job.
No, you kind of get a reality check on a job like that.
Yeah, you really do. My dream job now would probably be like, as a program, like creating the next big thing.
Yeah.
That's what I always say my goal is to do. But like, I don't know, man. Like, if your dream job is like because it makes you super happy, then I understand that. If it's like for the money aspect of things, then it would be like, all right, they always say money can't buy you happiness, which I don't know how true that is, but that's another topic.
I don't know.
Bryce, you know my stance on this whole.
I do understand.
Stuff.
Yeah, I do get why. I did think Ross was gonna pick this. Obviously I didn't know who V was gonna pick, but Roz, I was like, yeah, he's definitely gonna pick significant other. I feel like it's because you would pick significant other because you haven't, you've never had an experience like that, so it's like you kind of crave it.
Just call me out on the show.
Well, I'm just kind of like. I'm reasoning it. Yeah, I'm rationalizing it.
Yeah,
Personally, for me, I'm in agreement with V. I'd rather have my dream job, actually, exactly for the reason you said. It's because I've always been in the belief that no person can make you happy. Your happiness is completely based on you and what you do and how you feel about what you do. And while yes, your dream significant other is obviously going to make you happy. You're going to go home. You're going to see them, be like, awesome, I get to go home to this person. But when you have a dream job, it's like you do that every day, right? Like you love your job. You could say, I love my job. Like I love what I do and I'm going to be satisfied with the work I do, until I die. And I for that reason, I would pick dream job over dream significant other.
Right.
I think the rational me would pick a dream job, but the
me
right now.
Yeah, I think the older you would probably pick dream job. But to be fair, with this one, you can't have both. That's not not impeded. That is something in life you could get both of. So the sixth one. Would you rather lose the ability to read or the ability to speak?
Speak.
I would definitely go speak. Or no, I'd go read. I couldn't go without speaking.
Yeah, I mean, Floyd Mayweather can't read.
Yeah, exactly. He's a millionaire. Yeah.
So I'd go can't read. If
I
couldn't
can't
speak,
read.
Like, I would turn into fucking radio.
I love books too much. I would rather stop speaking, and I've gone
You'd
without
rather
speaking
stop
for a very
speaking?
long time. Yeah.
I get that because if you're a bookworm, not being able to read, it's like
Sorry, I'm a huge book nerd.
You could just listen to audiobooks.
That is true. That is
But
true.
they're still books. Like, I don't know.
You definitely get a different experience reading a book and listening to a book.
There's a huge difference there, and personally, I'd rather read it for myself than
Yeah.
you can get something completely different out of hearing than you do from actually reading it yourself.
I get that. I definitely, based on what I do now, I could not lose the ability to speak. I actually couldn't afford to lose the ability to speak.
Oh, I totally could.
Great point.
So I definitely lose the ability to read if that was what it came down to.
Anchor would send you a notification like a new country has listened to your podcast, and you'd be like, I can't fucking read this shit.
Yes, I'd hire someone to do it for me, I guess. You don't get notifications for that though. You have to see it yourself. So this next one. Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything, with the knowledge you have now, or know everything your future self will learn?
Go back to age 5.
Age 5.
So you two would go back you
Yeah,
know.
and I'd pull the Biff Tannen.
Okay.
I'd tell my dad, yo, here are the Super Bowl winners for the next 15 years.
No, okay.
Bet the house.
Bet the house on every single Super Bowl winner in the next 15 years. That's smart.
Because also you want your future to be like a mystery.
That's true. I don't
You
know. I'm
know,
kind of
if you know
split.
everything, like people are always like, "Oh, I want to know how I'll die." Fuck that. I don't want
No,
to
that
die. You know, like
Um,
I want
I
I
could
want
care less
everything
about
for
that.
the future to be a surprise. Now, also, if I know everything about the future, I myself could also just bet the house on every Super Bowl winner.
it's
but-
true.
I mean,
You're thinking
I
of,
don't know.
man, you are toxic now. You have been 18 for like a couple days. You're already thinking like this, like, yeah, you know, betting,
Okay,
like
okay.
Jesus.
No, like it's the Biff Tannen draft.
I do get your point. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. I'm not sure. Because I know how, man, I guess when you think about it, you could just learn that stuff anyway once you get back. So I'd probably rather go back to age 5 with the knowledge I know now. I'd be a smart-ass kid.
Yeah. Also, I would just ace everything, and I could
Yeah.
go to Harvard. You know, like
That's
I would-
true.
I-
You
I-
go to a
you
really
get-
good school.
You get a second chance. You can inherit.
really
and make
do.
a better life.
Yeah, I'd definitely go back to age 5.
Okay.
Now that I think about it.
Either choice you make, you're cheating.
Yes, that
You're
is
cheating
true.
Life.
Yes.
It's just a matter of what you think, how you think you can cheat more efficiently and more effectively. I think that's going back to age 5.
Yeah, that's definitely very efficient.
See,
Dude,
you guys
name
are
a-
thinking
name a
about
fir-
betting or
No,
just
no,
becoming
like-
smarter.
No, that's Roz.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Roz.
like, name a first grader who knows like fucking integrals of logs. I would be that first grader.
See, I chose going back so that I wouldn't meet all the people I have.
That's true.
So you
Which
want to
sounds
like
weird,
relive that stuff?
but I would want to relive my life and not meet some of the people I have met already.
That is another way you can use it. You could use it in all these ways.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
could use it to like fix mistakes. You
Making
know,
mistakes is a huge one. That is
That's
why I would
true.
wanna go
Per-
back.
That's
Perfect.
very true.
prevent mistakes from ever happening.
I don't know. I guess it is kind of going back in time, and you can do that. I didn't really think of it that way at first.
Get
That's
the stones,
how I
bring
thought
them
of it.
back.
Oh. So the next one: would you rather lose access to all search engines or access to all social medias?
Search engines. Oh
Search
my
engines.
heavens.
I'd go search engines too.
I
That
could
kind of
just
makes us
tell
all look
someone,
like
hey-
addicts.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
just tell someone, hey, Google.
Can you
This.
Google this for me? Why? I'm banned from Google. Nah, I definitely do search engines. Which is, man, that makes me feel like an addict to social media.
Yeah.
But it is true, I'd rather lose my access to like Google or Yahoo or Bing than Twitter.
Shut the fuck up. You don't use Yahoo or Bing. No one.
No,
uses
I was just
Yahoo or
giving
Bing. This is
examples.
2006.
I was
know,
I was
know,
giving
know.
examples.
But would your life be fucking gone to the
Without
heaven
Google?
without Bing?
Oh, well, without Google, it'd be pretty difficult, actually. I mean, I haven't used Bing or Yahoo ever, so.
I don't like using search engines for researching anything, actually. I'd rather use books.
Use books, yeah. So you'd be fine.
I'd be fine. That's why I just like quit search engines rather than social media.
Big Hermione Granger energy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look. Harry Potter is my thing.
You
I
know,
am a
I've
huge nerd when it comes to Harry Potter.
I've never read a Harry Potter book.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I've never
Oh
seen a
my
movie
God.
either.
What?
Yeah.
That is.
That was
terrible.
a shot to the heart, man. You
That's
gotta
not an
watch-
insult. I'm just saying that's a fact. I've never read a book or
Oh,
watched a
God.
movie. I'm no lesser of a person in a lot of people's eyes. So the next one, actually, Roz, you actually mentioned it a little while ago, on accident. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how?
Neither.
I mean, neither. You have to
Yes.
pick one.
If I don't like either, but I would go with how, because
I'd-
if the answer's
how?
like natural causes, then I don't really need to think about it.
I go
I'd like
when.
to know how.
If the answer is plane crash, I'll never go on a plane. You know.
That no, that's not how it works. It'd be destined. That's your destiny, bro. That's your destiny. We're the
I believe you
Thanos.
can get over destiny sometimes.
For me, easily it'd be when, easily, because I could work around it.
For me, it would be easily be how.
I don't know. I guess I'm in the minority here, but
I just want to how, so I'm somewhat prepared. So that, like, let's just say it's a gunshot. You see someone with a gun in front of you, it's like, yeah, I'm dying today. That's it. I'm ready.
yeah, I guess I'd easily go how, or when. Sorry, you guys would go how though. So this is the last would you rather question, kind of a deep one. Most of them have been kind of deep.
I like those.
Yeah.
Ones. I like.
I kind of like the deep ones.
Would you rather die young with no regrets or die old with a lot of regrets?
Die young.
Roz, what do you think?
I need to think about this first.
I'm kind of in the camp with V. I'd die young with no regrets. Because I would.
Well, It depends on the regrets I would have.
There's not
as
really
an
a.
old person.
It's just regrets in general.
I know,
No,
but
seriously, like, it also depends on the regrets.
Yeah. I mean, regrets. It's regret either way. I mean, that's.
Well,
you know,
some regrets are worse than others, and
That's
if you have
true.
the worst of regrets, like, it is just not. God, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It really is
I-
truly terrible.
I know that everything happens for a reason. It's all a part of a plan. That's what I subscribe to.
it's all
I
part of a
subscribe to
plan.
it too, but you know what? Sometimes there are regrets that are just so bad that mindset just
yeah.
gets wiped away from you.
Yeah, I've been there.
I have been there multiple times.
I don't
and
think
it's not
any.
fun.
I don't know how. I don't
It's
know
just-
if we
it's-
can really say we've been there yet. We're all under 20 years old,
Yeah.
so it could get either better or worse. Really,
It also depends on what you've experienced.
that's true.
So it's like, even though we may be this young, there are some people out there that just go through the worst of it,
That's true. That's
even
very
before
true.
that age.
I personally, I'd go with young, no regrets.
I like the concept of living a full. I want to,
A full
I-
life. I don't think
Everything
of.
happens
because
for a reason.
there's also no one really knows what comes next.
That's true.
So I'd rather exist for as long
I
as
think I have something that would blow that argument out of the water, though, because you said you like the idea of living a full life, implying that you live to an older age, but I don't think of living a full life as defined by what age you die at. I think it's defined by what you do during your lifespan, no matter how
Yeah.
old you die at.
That's also
Right.
true.
So I feel like that argument, like living a full life to whatever age, I just think I don't think age should be how your life, a full life shouldn't be defined. Yeah, your full life shouldn't be defined by how old you die at. It should be defined what you did with your life while you
That's a
were
huge
alive.
thing. That is a huge thing for me. I don't want to be for just living out my life. I want to be remembered for something special. Like, if
Yeah.
I die young because of something heroic, I'd totally take that over anything else.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. It's gonna be really eerie if one of us dies.
God, imagine.
Yeah, that'd be
Listen,
really bad.
all I can say is that if I do die young, then someone has to bury me in satin and lay me down on a bed of
I don't
I'm just
know.
saying. I'm just saying.
I know that
I kn-
song reference, and I'm
Mhm.
very
Yeah,
pissed.
We all know. No, that's why I sighed so loud.
You
Because
sigh at everything I do.
yeah, I do.
I was
Maybe
gonna sigh,
that's
but I was like,
deserved.
you know what? I
That
won't
one,
do it.
no, that one was warranted.
That one was bad.
Jesus, Ross.
It would die. You walked
All right.
right into it.
I did though. I did. And maybe that's why I sighed. But I think, with all those would you rather's, I think we are we're all good. I think that that should be good enough for an episode. So, if you want to follow Roz, you can follow him at RozIU_.
That'd be a great business decision.
It's not, but if
No,
you want to see
it
him,
is. No, it
if
is.
you want to
If you
see him
want-
whine about bets,
Or see some great bets if you want them on it.
no, they're not always. Don't. Oh man, you're gonna become a bookie, aren't you?
It's my destiny.
It's not. It's not. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at itsbriz. I don't tweet about betting, but I tweet, that's for sure. V, if you want to plug your stuff, you can go ahead.
Nah.
You don't want to plug your
Sorry.
stuff.
Really?
You know what? Like, I'm not about all of that. I don't
Well-
care. I'm just here for the fun of it.
That's all right. I respect that. Your at is gonna be in the tweet though.
That's
So-
okay.
It won't be in the title. It'll just say V, but it'll be in the tweet. But thank y'all for listening to the end. If this isn't One Piece, go shout out Ian because he did his job as he's supposed to. And we will see you for episode 11 next Wednesday. Bye, guys.